Hello everyone, this is Lawn Lily. Today we're going to be covering a comprehensive beginner guide to Orie and BBTAG. This guide will cover all that I think you need to know starting Orie in 2.0, including neutral, offense, combos, and team play. If you're interested in a summary of the character, Orie is a well-rounded rapier character with solid pokes, stable neutral, good gap closing tools, and a flexible game plan. She has no apparent flaws, but no major strengths, making her quite average. She's a stable character that relies on your knowledge of movement, game mechanics, and understanding your opponents to be effective. Please do note that this guide assumes you have a basic understanding of fighting game and BBTAG terms. With that being said, let's get on to the guide. Orie's primary neutral tool is her JA. It's a great move to throw out in neutral. It beats out many characters' air options and leads to consistent conversions. JA allows for defensive/evasive style of play that leverages the strengths of the button alongside quick air dashes to make it difficult for an opponent to approach and pin you down. Proactive use of JA can net you some solid hits. It's good for chasing opponents down and starting your offense. It's very important to get your air movement down so you can weave through the enemy's attacks. How you want to use JA depends on your playstyle, but intermixing defensive and offensive usage is the key to effective Orie neutral. Just take care not to be too predictable and keep your opponents on their toes. JA is easily the most important normal in our kit, but I'll briefly go over the use cases for our other good neutral buttons as well. Orie's primary ground pokers are 5A. It has solid range and comes out relatively quickly. It can be used defensively to stop approaches, or you can utilize its range and speed for a run-up option. Just be wary of its visually inconsistent hitbox. 2-1-4A is a quick, low check with a generous hitbox. It has 3 follow-ups. These can be done on whiff or on block. 2-1-4A is useful for stuffing approaches or sniping moves. Avoid using the A follow-up. It has a lot of pushback on hit and is extremely punishable on block. B follow-up can be a strong anti-air tool, and is far safer on block, especially on air block. Just be wary that a little pushback can create a dead zone. C follow-up is a flip that can be used to start pressure, evade attacks, or just quickly move across the screen. It's a strong movement tool, but Orie cannot block during it, so she's vulnerable to anti-airs and callouts. 2-1-4A and its follow-ups are good standalone, but become exponentially stronger with proper assist calls to cover their weaknesses. 2B is a reliable, dedicated anti-air. It's quick with good head invul, and can even hit behind her, making it good for catching jump-ins. 236C is your primary gap closing tool. It creates a sandwich on block, and is good for catching turtling or jumping opponents. Just be careful, it easily loses to projectiles and assists if not timed properly. 236B is an alternative gap closer. It's slower, doesn't make a sandwich, and the pushback is quite harsh, though it works if you need to get in. Neither option goes full screen, so spacing is important to know. Both options will need an assist to be effective. They're necessary to convert on hit and to continue pressure on block. 236B wants a fast projectile to ensure conversions and pressure. Those are all of Orie's moves that I think are important to know for neutral. Again, while JA is the most important, don't neglect your other attacks. They're vital for solid play. Orie's blockstring structure primarily relies on rebeats in order to cycle between buttons, then end or reset pressure on safe options. Let's go over the main buttons you should know for your blockstrings. 5A and 2A are jump cancelable on block. This makes them good pressure reset points and are the main moves you want to rebeat into. Make sure you save at least one of them before you end a sequence. 2A can be gatling into itself up to 3 times on block. Due to this, it's a good option to catch people up backing from your pressure. Whiffing 2A at range can catch your opponent off guard and can lead to frame traps. This is not plus and can be called out, so be careful. 5A is nice for resetting pressure from range. With good spacing, this can catch most characters' mash options. Just be aware of the few characters with both quick and long mash options. 5A has good range, but it is -7 on block. The jump cancel properties of 5A and 2A allow for mix, but I'll cover those options in another section. For now, know that they are options to end Blockstrings with. 5A, 2A, and 5AA are also throw cancelable. Two A is your primary tick throw option and is useful for varying grab timings. 5A and 5AA are useful for delayed or ranged throws that can catch people off guard. 5A and 2A have a lot of use cases. They are the most important buttons to know how to use in Blockstrings. That being said, let's go over the rest of Orie's Blockstring options. Don't use 2B. You give up one of your combo stabilizing options, and it also has a tendency to whiff, making it poor filler. Avoid using 2-1-4B, J2-1-4B, 2-1-4C, and the fourth hit of the A auto combo. They're easily punishable, and they're better alternatives in Orie's kit. A niche move to consider is 2-3-6A, which can frame trap mashy opponents. Despite that, I would avoid using it since it has poor options on block, but at least is only -4. 5B, 5AA, and 2C are solid filler moves and can be used to frame trap using delays or buffering from 2A. Be mindful of spacing. These can whiff at around 5A's max range. 5BB is a deceptively strong pressure reset point. It's only -4 and naturally frame traps with a follow-up B move. Orie is vulnerable to push block. 5AAAA, for example, can be punished with a push block. As a result, occasionally using 236B or 236C can help mitigate this. 236C is +2, but the opponent can easily jump out of it. Depending on their habits, try to chase them down or call out a potential mash. 2-1-4A can be a decent frame trap option, and using the C follow-up can help you mitigate a potential push block. It can also create a sandwich if not push blocked, but this can be called out as normal. If you notice that people are push blocking you on your throw cancelable normals, you can attempt to throw reject miss. This is a hard call out, and can be punished if you're wrong. This is all of Orie's Blockstring options. Make sure to get a feel for your opponent and exploit their habits. Orie has one primary combo route you need to learn. The combo theory involves doing an air sequence and hitting JC around the apex of your jump. You should hit them when your opponent is slightly above Orie. You then descend down and hit them with one of your remaining air buttons, and when you land you should be able to pick up with a grounded move, usually 2B. The combo heavily relies on adding delays to hit the sweet spot JC. You can add these delays in any way you wish. I prefer adding one large delay before JC, but other players like adding small delays throughout the combo instead. Experiment to find out what best works for you. I will show you 3 combos that I think are worth learning. Keep in mind that all the following combos have the same theory, and the enders are for the most part interchangeable depending on the situation. Orie's combo theory is flexible and has many different variations to try out. Just remember, when in doubt, add delays. When mastered, Orie can convert into this combo off pretty much every hit. Learning all these conversions isn't necessary for a new player, but here are some examples for you to look at. If you're having trouble hitting this combo, feel free to ask for advice. Orie has 2 main safe jumps. Here's an example of the mid-screen one. To set it up, you must first hit them pretty far up in the air with 2-1-4B. This is easily set up by Orie's B&B. In order to execute it, just air dash forward and press JA. This should cover all tech directions and needy. It's highly recommended calling an assist to convert off a hit, maintain pressure, or convert off a mix. This safe jump is spacing dependent, so be ready for unexpected situations. The corner safe jump involves ending with JC, and air dashing back with JA or JC to catch a specific tech direction. To set this up, do Orie's B&B and end with JC as soon as you can. When you recover from JC, instant air dash backwards and press JA or JC. JA covers /neutral tech, JC covers forward tech. Normally the safe jump loses corner, but you can modify it by ending with neutral jump JC instead of forward jump. This will keep the corner, but you can't cover /neutral tech anymore. Once again, make sure to call an assist so you can maintain pressure or convert off the safe jump. Both these safe jumps can be finicky to time, but make sure to practice them as they are crucial to maintain advantage with Orie. Orie's mix-up game primarily relies on using her J21 foray to open up your opponent. During Blockstrings, you can jump cancel 2A or 5A into J21 foray for an instant overhead. On block, J21 foray is very punishable, and on top of that, you cannot convert solo. As a result, it's important to call an assist to convert, and also to keep you safe. During Resonance, you can convert solo, but it's only reliable close range, in the corner, and you're still punishable. Off the mid-screen safe jump, you can threaten a high-low with J21 foray or 2-1 foray after the JA connects. Alternatively, omit the JA and go for empty air dash 2-1 foray or 2C to catch people expecting a high. Keep in mind, some assists aren't effective at converting off these mixes. 2C potentially can whiff at certain ranges too. The corner safe jump has a similar idea. After the JA connects, you can do J21 foray or 2-1 foray for a high-low mix. JC variant will not work, due to lack of autocorrect. Landing and doing 2C or grab can catch people off guard. Empty air dash into 2-1 foray is a good low check. For other types of mix, instant air dash forward JC during Blockstrings can cross people up. I recommend calling an assist, as it's hard to convert otherwise. Using how fast you recover from 2A, you can grab or throw bait with run-up instant air dash back JA to catch your opponent. Orie has solid ways of opening up people. Constantly keep your opponents on their toes by varying up your pressure. Orie is a competent anchor character with good support options. Here are some of the tools that you should be aware of. Orie's best support tool is her 236C. It sets up sandwiches and puts your opponent in a respectable block stun. If an opportunity arises, it's a good way to set up threatening pressure. 2-1-4A and J2-1-4A are good active swap points. ASing allows for conversions off Orie's mix-ups, or just as a way to continue pressure. Utilizing both is integral to applying threatening mix-ups with your partner, and allows for a lot more options to open up your opponent. 236B can be a decent way to make up lost ground due to being pushed away. 214AB is naturally gapped on block and can be great for left-right mix-ups. Air dash back JA with good spacing also allows for an instant overhead check that leads into a J2-1-4A or 2-1-4A high-low mix-up. This is very threatening in a sandwich. The button you buffer before you active swap can affect how safe it is. Using 5B before you active swap can make moves safer. 2A is a good way to vary AS timings or debate reversals due to its low block stun. Now let's cover Orie as an anchor. Orie has a standard assist kit with the exception of her 4P. Here's how to use her assists. 5P and 6P are standard strike assists with decent ground coverage. Throw out these assists in neutral for space control. They have decent block stun and can help you convert off hits. 6P in particular has good reach, making it a strong tool to swap into Orie. 5P can be a good way to continue pressure after unsafe or minus moves. It's also useful to convert off certain moves that you normally can't convert off of. 4P is Orie's most unique assist. It summons an orb around Orie that has a lingering hitbox, which clashes with some projectiles. 4P has long startup, making it hard to throw out without coverage. Orie 4P's most blatant use is as a long lockdown assist for Oki and pressure. It also has a quirk where the hitbox will still come out even after an active swap or cross combo, meaning it can be used in interesting ways. On CC, Orie also becomes intangible, which can catch your opponent. Combining all the attributes of this assist can accentuate your mix-up game. 4P is a nuanced assist and I can't cover all the use cases in this video. However, I encourage experimentation to see what best suits you. With all that covered, here's some things you're generally looking for in a good Orie team. Long lockdown assist to run her mix-up game /Oki, fast and or active projectiles to help her in neutral, and good air coverage assist to effectively use JA. My personal recommendation to learn Orie with is Batista. She provides strong neutral control, lockdown, and both characters use each other's kits very well. Team's damage can be quite low, but the trade-off is playing Orie at her maximum potential. Yumi is another great choice. She provides a lot of the same benefits as Batista, but with stronger damage. I think this is Orie's strongest team, but it comes at the cost of some flexibility that Batista provides, which may be unappealing for some. I have a synergy list video that I will link in the description if you're interested in learning about Orie teams, though I encourage any and all experimentation even if the team isn't necessarily good. Orie is ultimately a flexible character that doesn't require a lot to make shine, so go out there and try a team you can enjoy. With that, I've covered everything that you should know. If you're interested in more resources, Orie has a written primer guide if you ever want to quickly cross-reference something mentioned in this video, or learn some new cool tech. Make sure to check out her Dust Loop page as well for valuable knowledge on frame data. I also have Orie related discussion videos on this channel if you're interested in learning more about this character. There's also a community montage if you're interested in seeing combos. If you want to watch Orie players, I recommend checking out Hashimo, Hiyanyuki, Ultimate Lotad, Tomoe, Wrano/Daison, and me on Replay Theater. If you're a new player, please check out the Intertwining Fates Discord server. It's the main central hub for competitive BBTAG, and I'm in there as well. Feel free to ask me any Orie related questions. If you want a place to find information about Orie specifically, check out the main BBTAG Discord's Orie channel. I hope this guide was helpful, and I wish you luck learning Orie. And special thanks to E30 and Midori for helping me record footage.